My most extreme example of investing in myself is when I left my boyfriend and we stayed together. So I was living with him and I left so I could take care of myself. That's the most extreme example, but I'm going to tell you more about that at the end. But right now, I just want to talk about the video that I posted yesterday. It was a 2-part series. And with me posting that, what really came up in me? So what came up was I was so scared to post it, and I was afraid of the reaction that people would have. And then I had to remind myself that the reason that I'm talking to you, the reason that I'm doing this work is to reach out and speak to that person that is in the same place that I was. It's almost like me going back to, 16-year-old me in a way, or 30-year-old me, and talking to her. And that's how I get on here and tell my advice. But I know that I had to really get that video out because this feeling that I've had inside of me of just being so frustrated with corporate America, and I feel like I'm selling my soul and I'm not being authentic, and it's just like it's this gross feeling that I have about the whole thing. But that yesterday, those 2 videos were an investment in future me. They really were, because I'm like looking at that, I'm thinking, I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of you, Elle, for being real and telling it how it is, and not being afraid of, I don't know, disappointing people, making somebody uncomfortable, making a fool out of myself, having people laugh at me. Yeah, that video and that time and my thoughts and my energy were an investment in future me. And so there's this concept that I learned in coach training that blew my mind, and it changed my life. And here it is. She was talking about investing in yourself and how we don't have a problem investing in our 401k, buying a house as an investment, picking stocks or index funds or whatever. Like, we're okay with thinking about investing in that way, but why is it that when it comes to investing in ourselves, that sometimes we're scared or we don't want to do it? And then that just ties in with those videos yesterday on self-confidence. Here I am talking about self-confidence and I'm crying my eyes out. I'm like, okay, let's make sense of this, because actually the 2 of them go together hand in hand. When you have that confidence in yourself, you're not afraid to invest in yourself. So I want to talk about that. And I want to talk about my experience of how I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness by a mom that was really held back in her life and her own personal development by being a part of a cult, and how they really keep you down. It was really a miracle that she even had the confidence to even invest in herself, because that's not what they wanted for her. I was raised by a mom that we were always on welfare, always on welfare. We always had food stamps. It was a dream of mine to be able to pay for groceries one day without, or with real green money. To me, that was like rich, that's how I was raised, of just being on public assistance my whole life. But then my mom, she invested in herself. For 2 years, she went back to college. She had to ask for permission from the elders to do it, but she did. So she went and got herself a civil engineering degree. And then she finally went to work when I was in high school. And so, I saw my mom never invest in herself. And I'm talking time, money, energy, your focus. It's not all monetary. Some of it is things that you wouldn't even think about. Like that, I think for her that was a lot of focus. Yeah, she had to finally focus on herself, and she had never done that. All she had done for so many years was focus on raising her kids and focus on the religion. So that's sort of the example that I had growing up, seeing what does it look like to invest in yourself. One thing is great that my mom taught me was to read. That investment that we had back then, being really poor, we had Wednesday night was library night, and my mom was even friends with the librarian there, in the small town that we lived in. And yeah, every Wednesday was library day, and so we would go, and I loved reading, so I would always get a stack of books. Just in case some of them didn't work out, I'd have extras, but that was our way back then of investing in ourselves, which has always stuck with me. I've always been a lover of the library, because when we can read and absorb so much knowledge, and then as time goes by, we just sort of, I don't know, how would you say that? Your wisdom grows over time, the more books that you read. Right now I'm reading one, It's Not You by Dr. Ramani. It's about narcissistic relationships and how to recover and heal from those type of people, which, hello, they're Jehovah's Witnesses. That's why that book is so cool. But that love of reading has never left me. It has been probably one of my biggest investments. That's something we can all do no matter where we're at in our journey. We can always read. And if you don't like to read, you can always do like audiobooks too. Even the library, there's this app that you can get. It's called Libby, and you can download books with your library card. You can just put in your number, and you can listen to audiobooks too. So that's a huge investment. If you want to invest in yourself, reading it's going to develop you a lot. Yeah, and what are the other ways that oh my gosh, I could go on and on. I could probably talk on this subject for over an hour, but I know I'm going to try to keep my videos to about 15 minutes, because I don't know, it just seems enough, especially if I'm posting daily. But yeah, investing in ourselves by believing in ourselves. And so here's what this coach told me. She said, yeah, she was like, how is it that we invest all this time or this money and energy into other things? Like, I'm thinking, and that's what I was thinking in the video, my corporate career. I've invested so much energy and time into it. And if I can put that much into a corporation that I don't even believe in, how much more can I put into myself that I really truly believe in? I really do. And that is sort of the thing with the confidence. Once you have the confidence, even just a little bit, you can start investing more. And for me, okay, then I'm going to end with this. There's so many different examples of investing in yourself, but yeah, think of it like time, money, energy, focus. And you can read books. You can listen to podcasts. You can read a blog. What else? You can take a class. One of the best ways that I found are the like entry level. After that, I would go to, okay, so there's that kind of stuff, books and journaling and meditating and things like that. And then if you go up to the next level, I've really found a lot of value in group coaching. I have a women's group and it's amazing, but I modeled that after what had really helped me. I went to a group coaching program that changed my life. And I also went to group therapy. Oh my gosh. That was so cool. You know how much they charged me for group therapy? I think it was like $25 a session after my insurance paid. But my insurance doesn't pay hardly at all on my therapy. Isn't that crazy? Like one-on-one, but they do for group. It was really affordable for me. So that was a really cool thing. I love that. I got so much out of it. Yeah, I did it's called DBT, dialectical behavioral therapy because I was diagnosed with anxiety, severe depression, and borderline. And I guess, you know what? Coming out of the organization, I'm not the only one. And here's the thing about those things, they're curable. You can really heal yourself. I'm like, they're curable. And I did. And so that's the story of me leaving my boyfriend. So we're still together. We're happily together. We're in a committed monogamous relationship, but we live in different towns because what had happened is after I thought about investing in myself, like I believe in myself. I believe in myself more than anything, more than the stock market, more than my boss, more than the housing market, more than any of it. And that's when I plunked down $20,000 and put my butt into coach training. I'm like, I believe in this so much that I believe I can do something with it. And so I did. It was really scary too. It was really scary. But I did it. It was October. So now it's been like 2 years and 1 month ago. And that money that I invested in myself, wow, how it changed my life. I couldn't even imagine that I would be right here, right now, today, talking on YouTube about, and coaching ex-witnesses. What? In 2 years, that's what happened. It was almost like the springboard, and I was like, boing, And now with me talking yesterday and seeing how I keep talking about this stuff, about me leaving corporate America, I wrote my newsletter this morning. And when I write the next newsletter, I always look at the last one and see, okay, where were we last week? And then it's almost like the story continues. And I'm like, oh, there I go on my last email. And I was talking about how much I can't wait to quit corporate America. I'm like, there we go again. But yeah, this money that I invested in myself to do coach training was pretty huge. But I did a lot of other things besides that. I listened to a ton of podcasts. I did these like sort of like master, what do you call them, like masterminds or whatever, but it's like it was online, so it didn't cost anything. I watched a ton of YouTube. I love YouTube. I love it because it reminds me of Channel 9 when I was a kid. I don't know, public access. We never got to watch the the cartoons and all this other stuff, but we always had public access that was free. And so that's what YouTube reminds me of, and that's why I love it so much. But yeah, I could never imagine, what, I'm going to be on here on YouTube and I'm going to be talking to people and helping them, and they're going to get me and I'm going to get them. What? Do you see what happens? But it's little by little, these little investments that we make in ourselves, and that's why self-confidence is so important. Because I knew at that time I was living with my boyfriend, and then I put that money into this coach training, and I'm like, you know what? I really want to go for it. And I know that there's no way that I can work a job, 12-hour shifts, and do a 1.5 hour commute every day, plus take care of the house, plus take care of my kid. And like, if something happens, I got to drive home. It was just, I knew that I had to take the time for myself. Like I had to. And I didn't even know how that was going to work. How can you still be with somebody and then like, but you live together and now you don't? I'd never seen it done. Apparently it's a very rare thing. It's called living together apart, or apart together, something like that. But there's like a name for it. I'm like, wow, okay. So it is possible. It was nice for me to read online and see. I'm like, am I the only one that's done this? I can't be the only one. But that's what I did. I moved into an apartment, and now that meant that, I could have stayed there and not paid at all. Like he was paying the mortgage, but I decided, yeah, I'm going to go out and I'm going to invest in myself. I'm going to get an apartment, and I'm going to go all in on this coach training. And guess what? I realized at that time, I need to go back to therapy. I need therapy right now. That's what I was thinking. And also I want to do, because I realized with this diagnosis that I had at 40 years old that I never took care of, I thought, you know what? Now's the time. I have to do this. How am I going to be in coach training and then I'm not all the way ready to help people because I haven't fully helped myself? So that's what I did. I moved out and I put myself into one-on-one therapy, group therapy. I did a group coaching program that I'm still a part of, and I love it. I bring a lot of that to my own group. A group coaching, and then also, the group therapy, the DBT, really helped me a lot. For me, that was the biggest, most memorable time, was me investing in myself. Yeah, that's been a couple of years ago now. Yeah. And here we are. So thanks for being here with me. Thanks for, the love and I can feel it coming through. Like, I can feel it coming through in your comments. I can always feel it. Look at my holiday cup. Yeah, I also realized yesterday, I thought, man, you know what? I think it's maybe a little too much money on coffee. I had just gotten off nicotine and also alcohol, and that happened, what, a month or two ago now? Yeah, I want to tell you more about the whole alcohol thing and how I've cut back on that. I said that I quit, but and I did. And then it came our anniversary, and I thought, I kind of want to have one. Oh, maybe I'll have two. Okay, two, but that's it. And so that's the last time that I've drank. But other than that, I've gone, I don't know, I think it's been over a month with no drinks. But yeah, I did have those too. That's the truth. I'm never going to lie to you. Yeah, and that's the thing about this journey. I mean, how helpful would that be if I haven't drank, I'm not drinking. No, I did. I drank on our anniversary, and now I'm not. And I realized that I don't need to be drinking every single social occasion that I have. It's just, I saw that in me. I needed to stop. So that's what I've done. But yeah, thanks for being here with me. Thanks for all of your support. I couldn't believe when I got that email. It was like, oh, you can now be monetized. I was like, whoa. And then I watched back that video and I thought, I don't even seem that excited. And I am. I'm really excited. I think maybe I was in shock. I'm not sure, but I appreciate you regardless. So come on in, get that hug. Somebody said, I can feel your hugs. I'm like, good. That's what my granny used to always say. She would write me a letter, and then she would say, oh, feel my hugs, honey. And I always thought, man, when I get to be old, I want to tell people that too. Okay, feel my hugs. So yeah, I hope that you feel that. I hope you feel the love coming through, and enjoy your day. Enjoy it all the moments. All right, bye.